Have you ever stood in a fast food line, debating whether to get fries or a milkshake, only to realize you can't afford both? That simple decision reflects one of the most fundamental ideas in economics: choice under scarcity. In today's world, both individuals and societies face limited resources. Whether we're talking about time, money, or raw materials, we can't have it all. So how do we decide what's worth choosing and what's worth giving up? In this video, we'll explore how economics helps us understand everyday decisions. We'll break down budget constraints, opportunity cost, production possibilities, and even why your favorite food doesn't stay your favorite forever. Let's dive into the economics of choice. Scarcity is the central problem of economics. We all want more income, more time, more stuff, but we have limited resources to satisfy those wants. This means we have to make choices, and every choice involves a trade-off. For example, education data shows that earning a master's degree can lead to nearly double the salary of someone with just a high school diploma. But not everyone pursues higher education. Why? Because doing so means giving up time, income, or other opportunities. This illustrates that even with a clear financial benefit, people still make different choices based on what they value most. Economist Lionel Robbins put it best: if you choose one thing, you give up something else. This is opportunity cost, the value of the next best alternative. Economics gives us tools to analyze these trade-offs. Whether it's an individual choosing between burgers and bus tickets, or a country deciding between education and healthcare, the same principles apply. We'll start by examining individual decision-making through a model called the budget constraint, and we'll introduce some important tools like marginal analysis and utility along the way. Budget constraints and opportunity sets. Imagine you have $10 to spend this week. You can buy burgers for $2 each, or bus tickets for 50 cents each. If you spend all your money on burgers, you can buy 5. If you spend it all on bus tickets, you get 20. The line showing all the possible combinations of burgers and bus tickets is your budget constraint. It shows what's affordable based on your income and the prices of the goods. Now here's where opportunity cost comes in. If you move from 2 burgers to 3, you give up 4 bus tickets. That's the real cost, not in dollars, but in what you're giving up. Economists call all the combinations you can afford your opportunity set. Anything outside that set is not affordable, and anything inside means you're not using all your resources. Opportunity cost in the real world, opportunity cost is everywhere. If you take a nap instead of going to class, the opportunity cost is the learning you missed. If you spend $300 on a new phone, you give up the chance to spend that $300 on clothes or savings. Sometimes we think of opportunity cost in time. For example, airport security delays add up. If 800 million travelers each lose 30 minutes due to extra screening, that's a cost of over $8 billion per year in lost time, using even a conservative $20-hour estimate. Marginal analysis and diminishing marginal utility. Most of our choices aren't all or nothing. Instead, we decide whether to do a little more or a little less. Should I eat one more slice of pizza? Study for one more hour? Marginal analysis looks at the costs and benefits of these small changes. We keep doing something until the marginal benefit no longer outweighs the marginal cost. This ties into diminishing marginal utility, the idea that the first slice of pizza gives you more satisfaction than the 4th or 5th. That's why people don't usually eat the same thing for every meal, even if it's their favorite. Sunk costs. Let's say you paid $12 to see a movie, but it's awful. Should you stay just because you paid for the ticket? Economists would say no. Sunk costs are already spent and can't be recovered. The better question is, what's the best use of your time now? Ignoring sunk costs helps us make smarter decisions going forward. Let's scale up from personal choices to society-wide decisions using the Production Possibilities Frontier, or PPF. The PPF is a graph that shows all the possible combinations of 2 goods a society can produce, given limited resources. For example, let's say a country has to choose between producing healthcare and education. If all resources go to healthcare, there's no room for schools. If everything goes to education, hospitals get ignored. Any point along the curve represents an efficient use of resources. Anything inside the curve means resources are being wasted. Anything outside? Impossible, at least for now. The shape of the curve matters. It's curved outward because of the law of increasing opportunity cost. In short, the more we produce of one thing, the more of the other thing we have to give up. This is because resources aren't perfectly adaptable. A nurse doesn't make a great math teacher, and vice versa. There are 2 types of efficiency here: Ash's reductive efficiency, using all resources without waste, and allocative efficiency, producing the mix of goods that society actually wants. And here's where things get interesting. Countries can benefit from comparative advantage. If the US is better at producing wheat and Brazil is better at producing sugarcane, it makes sense for each country to specialize and trade. Everyone ends up with more. So, what should we take away from all this? Scarcity is real, and it forces both individuals and societies to make trade-offs. An opportunity cost, not just in money, but in time and missed experiences. Even budget constraints and marginal analysis help us understand how people decide what to consume. Even PPF shows that society also faces limits and must decide how to best allocate its resources. Understanding diminishing marginal utility and ignoring sunk costs can lead to smarter choices. And finally, through comparative advantage, specialization, and trade help everyone do better. Economics isn't just about money or markets. It's about how we choose in a world where we can't have it all. Next time you're deciding whether to eat out or save that $10, remember, you're not just spending money. You're making an economic choice. Thanks for watching and stay curious. If you found this helpful, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We've got more chapters coming that will help you build a solid foundation in economics, one concept at a time. See you in the next video!